We get, there's the camera right there. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Anisher a hockton tari. Ishe de bahavan balan var de bear grak tu ve hingivim. Da guhavra ishe lev marla is tu shilta leshna gali. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Anisha hockton tari. Avilari navard guveka monum imbio nai ashakton. A granuel agashmilia geshki egafogart fan aragali. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Anisha hockton tari. Ta granuel egg toktar solia ogli armale margarda. Gweli taint sneagle na spondy squared shidarugar gali. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Oh, shade of a hawalia. Anisha hockton tari. Oh, that went good. Now, anybody out there listening, let me know you're loud and clear. Oh, great. Michael Collier, he was our big fan from last week. I just sent him a little shamushin, little Jimmy that promised clutter, sang some time ago, and we were sharing it with him. And that was Oro Shade of a Hawalia. This is like last minute. They rush in the door as if they have practiced all week, but it works very good. And you are who?
I'm Louisa.
And do you do anything?
I play Bowron, and I sing some also, and I play bass for some shows around town.
And what about you? Have a little thing on the web?
Yes, Kiernan, who's over here next to me, she and I co-run a website called Grafton and Grand about the Irish community in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's very good. Just growing by leaps and bounds. I'm Michael Laughlin. I've got the Irish Roots Cafe, and I sing in Irish and English, and I've written books on every county in Ireland to help research your family roots, as well as reprint 10 other authors. So that's sort of what we do. We're active in all kinds of things. And now we think we're going to try for the first time ever using this camera and the lighting, and as the dawn's coming down and everything's changing on us. But Kiernan is going to do her broom dance for us just to kick things off, and then we'll go back in and I'll do the Irish Cowboy routine, and the Louisa will do sort of a Tin Pan Alley song from the early 20th century. Want to go ahead? I'll get the music going.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Here, am I good?
You're good.
Okay.
I'll try not to kick anyone.
Is it okay to turn it on and go?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
The Louisa song. We turn up a bit.
Sorry, that's the first time I've actually played music on the computer while we were doing something, so we're moving slowly into the 18th century, I think. But that dancing was great. Kiernan, that boy, what a high energy thing. You just kept going without the music, without all that extra stuff that people think they need to have. Oh, that's just great.
Need some shoes that make some noise.
I think, when do you open up your dance studio, you know?
I don't know. I'm not much of a teacher, so Louisa and I get together and we.
I've seen you teach the young ones, and it's really good.
Thanks.
You did that at Brown's once, and they just loved it, and they were coming back for more. And so I've seen it, and it's good. And I guess now we should let you. Anybody have an announcement to make about anything going on in the city, or?
Yeah, there's actually a worldwide Gaeilge going on on April 24th down at the Irish Center at Drexel Hall. So that's part of, I guess, like the CLRG, which is the big Irish dancing commissioning body.
Yes, yes.
They're doing this worldwide Gaeilge, so the community, the Irish dancing community here in town is getting together to have a big Gaeilge, and everyone is welcome. It's free. We'll have live music. It's just a way to like celebrate the centennial of the rising.
That sounds sort of like we do Shocked in the Gaeilge. Each year I do that, and we go out and we do the singing in the Irish language. And that's worldwide, and we're a representative from Kansas City. I'm very proud of that for the last 7 years. Started out alone. That's good. Yes, that's right. That's a very good thing. And I guess all the dance groups are getting together in that.
Yep, they're all uniting. And
Katie at the Crossroads.
Yep,
and,
which I'm a part of. Driscoll, Irish Dance, School of Irish Dance. Arita Manning, I think Clanna Aaron might be there. Dowds. So.
Oh, good, good. Oh, this will be one of the biggest around.
Yeah, it's going to be big.
It's going to be really big in all the local music.
Will you be dancing?
She should.
I would love to, but I can't be there.
Oh,
that's
where
right.
You'll be out doing work.
Yeah, I'll be playing Spam a lot that day.
Okay, that's right. And you're going to be doing something for the next month or so you'll be incognito. You won't be able to be around with us and do all our favorite things.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, that's, when you have talent, that's what you have to do. Anything else you want to comment on?
Tomorrow is also the tournament that our local Gaelic football and hurling teams are having to commemorate the centennial. And it's free. It's, do you remember the name of it?
I think it's Cloppert Park in Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that's
and it's free. It's going to be beautiful weather. And
I think they can find it, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next? Should I sing my cowboy thing, or should you?
Yeah, I'd like to hear your cowboy thing, because I'm not sure what this is.
Well, that was the mystery. When you're low on talent, you have to rely on promotions and special events. You know what I mean?
No.
I may have to stop for water in between, because this is actually 3 sets of lyrics for sort of a common tune. And what this song is Spailpin Fanagh, and that's like wandering laborer. You call somebody a spalpeen, it's not a compliment. It's sort of not exactly like a bum, but it's like a not exactly a vagrant, but it's like you got to travel the land to earn a living, and you're just, you don't know where you're going to put your feet next. So it was written, some say, in the late 1600s around the Fall of Limerick, and it was about a guy who's saying, I got to get out of this. I got to get out of here. I got to get out of Ireland. I got to go fight for the French and win our freedom. Some of the Irish never give up. So this is Spailpin Fanagh, and I'll sing it first, the first verse in Irish, and then translate it into English, and then how it came to America, the tune did. Of course, it came to several countries. Everybody put their own words to it, but I'll put the American Cowboy words to it, which you'll recognize. And as soon as you recognize, let's have anybody who's watching it remembers the name, type the name in there. Okay, first in as Gaeilge. Go Jo Arishni, Rocky Go Cashaleg, Gil no Rec Mo Slanta, no Maraguna Seta, Emo He Kush Ballet, Emo Skain Charlotte Srida. I'll never go again to Cashel, selling myself in hire, selling my freedom by the wall, sitting by the roadside. I struck the trail in 73, the herd strung out behind me. As I jogged along, my mind went back to the gal I left behind me. If I ever get off this trail, boys and the Injuns, they don't find me, I'll make my way straight back again to the gal I left behind me. Boderina cheery egg, tia cara capel egg, fee free and willem hair alta, tinam hun shul, ta an crucifada sha shul an Spailpin Fanagh. Oh, that gal, that pretty little gal, the gal I left behind me. Well, I'll weep and I'll cry till the day I die, for the gal I left behind me. Rude boorish men from everywhere, coming on their horses. Come away with me, the road is long, the road of the wandering worker. Oh, that gal, that pretty little gal, the gal I left behind me. Well, I'll weep and I'll cry till the day I die, for the gal I left behind me. Diddle di diddle di dee dum, diddle di dee diddle di dum, diddle di dee dum, diddle di dee dum, a diddle di dee diddle di dum. Now, did you recognize the name of that old John Wayne type tune?
I don't know the name of it, but I've heard it before.
Huh.
I recognize it, but I don't know what it's called.
I only said the name of the title 5 times.
Spailpin? Something Spailpin?
Well, it's Spailpin Fanagh, or Spailpin Fanagh in the Irish, in Gaelic, Gaeilge, and it's surprisingly The Girl I Left Behind Me.
The Girl I Left Behind Me.
Now, if you had grown up 20 years earlier, this song would have, you'd think of John Wayne driving, he's a cavalryman and they're singing it. It's an old, help support the troops, and it's just an amazing song. But I see I have some work to do.
That's fun. I really like that. So what does Spailpin mean?
Spailpin, it's like a wandering laborer, not a guy that has to travel the country to make a living because he's starving to death. And when Ireland had hard times, you had a lot of people that would travel to other parts of Ireland and go to England to make a dollar because they couldn't survive in Ireland. So you might be making, if you had a friend and you knew him well, you might say, you old Spailpin, what are you up to? At least from some of the old postcards I've seen. But in actuality, being a Spailpin was not an easy life or a desirable condition because you had to go out and maybe you had to plow somebody's field. Who knows what it was, but you pick potatoes or do something with the crop. Hard, rough labor, and you didn't have a permanent job. You had to go from town to town. So Spailpin Fanagh, and that was especially the conditions in Ireland when they lost the big battles like Limerick in 1691 or so. So that's why some people trace it back to that time in history, Spailpin Fanagh, or the girl I left behind me. 3 versions. I switched around there at the last. I don't know if you can tell, but that's my Irish Cowboy act so far. But next time I've got another one, and it's I shouldn't tell you. Well, it's about the Bard of Armagh and the streets of Laredo, and they say they're both the same. Now I changed some of the translation to fit the way I sing on these songs, so it's not that it's perfect. Good. The first viewer confirmed that they can see and hear you. That's good to know now that we're halfway through. And Michael chimed in there and let us know, and he says, Michael Collier says the tune is a good Clare polka, and it's for polka figures in Clare sets. And you can take that to the bank, I'm telling you. And
actually, I understand what that means.
You're right, Mike. It's universal. It's also Brighton Camp, and there's been so many words put to that song. I think I heard a special on it on public radio at one time, and there's just so many versions. It's amazing what a catchy tune a musician will hear it and say, I think I'll write my own songs. And they did. And, of course, who in America today knows that The Girl I Left Behind Me, which was a cowboy song, goes all the way back to the tune, Spailpin Fanagh. And, of course, I changed a little bit of the tunes in all 3 versions because that's the way I am. And in order to get it done, I had to do that. So it's not perfect, but it's sort of going backwards, trying to catch up, and that's what I did. Let me see. Now, shall we go to...
Want me to do mine?
Do yours and look right into wherever your face sees the camera.
No, I don't know where the camera is.
Yeah, say the camera's right there. Look right up into the camera. You can scoot up a little bit if you want.
Okay.
So your voice could be better heard.
Okay.
And just roll it on out.
Oh. This is only the first verse of this because I still am having issues with the second verse. But
well, and remember, that's your volume, so you want that volume to go up there so people can hear. First verse is fine.
Okay.
It's all yours.
Over in Killarney, many years ago, My mother sang a song to me in tones so sweet and low, just a simple little ditty in her good old Irish way. But I'd give the world to hear her sing that song to me today. Turra Lurra, Lurra, Turra Lurra, lie. Turra Lurra, Lurra, hush now, don't you cry. Turra Lurra, Lurra, Turra Lurra, lie. Turra Lurra, Lurra, that's an Irish lullaby.
Bravo,
Lovely.
bravo.
So
That's your first
good.
solo of that without anybody else singing along, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think you did better than when I try to help you. I think I won't help you anymore. You did, because I'm going one way and you're going the other sometimes. Excellent. Excellent. And then when you start singing louder, you can just drown me out. You say, this is my song and I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, when I'm in a silly mood, I try and sing it in an operatic way, but it doesn't go very well.
But that's, you gotta, once that's the way you get familiar with it, fun, you have fun, but then you come in and say, hey, I made a fool of myself enough times, I'm just going to sing it. It's about the song and not the singer, and that's a real good philosophy to have, you know?
Yeah.
Did you want to say anything, or did you?
I can sing mine. I need to. There's still the last verse about the Civil War that I can't.
Oh, yeah, and you can.
Fanatics, they may cry. That's
Fanatic.
Okay.
Go ahead and move, scoot up
All
here.
right.
You're going to have to get over the hump there. Well, that's.
Oh,
Wait,
stuck.
it's stuck, buckled there. There we go.
All right.
Somehow you always end up with the best chair.
I do.
Yeah,
I
you
started
do.
out this my chair. I had it all. I rehearsed. I got it in the light. And she
I
was
was the
stealing
one
it.
standing. Y'all took your chairs first, so.
Okay.
Or am I here or here?
Which camera is it?
I think I'm this way.
Logitech.
Yes.
Oh, this way.
All right.
All right, just do it right there.
This is no Irish need apply. I'll do my best here.
Yes.
All right. I'm a decent boy, just landed from the town of Ballyfad, and I want a situation and I want it mighty bad. I've seen employment advertised, it's just a thing, says I, but the dirty spout being ended with no Irish need apply. Whoa, says I, but that's an insult, but to get the job I'll try. So I went to see the blackguard with no Irish need apply. Well, some may think it a misfortune to be christened Patterdon, but to me it is an honor to be born an Irishman. So I started out to find the place, I found it very soon. I saw the old chap seated, he was reading the Tribune. I told him what I came for when he arranged to fly. No, says he, you are a Paddy and no Irish may apply. Well, that got me done to rising, and I'd like to black his eye to tell a decent gentleman no Irish need apply. Well, some may think it a misfortune to be christened Patterdon, but to me it is an honor to be born an Irishman. Well, I couldn't stand his nonsense, so a hold of him I took, and I gave him such a beating as he'd get in Donnybrook. He hollered me the murder, and to get away did try, and he swore he'd never write again, no Irish may apply. He made a big apology, I bid him then goodbye, saying next you want that beaten right, no Irish need apply. Well, some may think it a misfortune to be christened Patterdon, but to me it is an honor to be born an Irishman. Now old Ireland on the battlefield a lasting fame is made. You all have heard of Meagher's men and Corcoran's brigade. Though fools may flout and bigots rave, fanatics they may cry, but when they want good fighting men, then the Irish may apply. And when for freedom and for right they raise the battle cry, those rebel ranks will surely think no Irish need apply. Well, some may think it a misfortune to be christened Patterdon, but to me it is an honor to be born an Irishman.
Bravo, bravo! Boy, all of them have been good today. They're progressing. Everything's getting better. That's a good thing. Now let me see. What is it? 7:20. Boy, we haven't taken up a lot of time. Does anybody else have a song, or do we want to do Gaol ise Gaol again, or?
That's always a fun one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that one's fun.
I'm sorry if my voice is a little higher than you guys. I'm trying not to.
No.
Mine's always higher, and especially when the weather gets into my throat gets dry and everything happens. Except I forgot all the courses. I mean, all the you got my lines on there too.
Get the whole thing.
Don't mess with me. Okay, Gaol ise Gaol. We'll do that just to see if we're getting there. It's a walking song. Waulking. That's where it's a working song. The ladies sit around the table and they're working the tweed, and they're banging against the table in a certain rhythm. And it's a very distinctive song and tradition. You're going to find it in Scotland. It's considered Scottish, but you're also going to find a little bit of that in Northern Ireland because they're all so close. And that's the same with song. Even language is closer to the Scots and Irish up there, and then as it comes down, it becomes a little different. Okay, Gaol ise Gaol, She's My Love. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. A Gaol ise Gaol, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Gooler and an eek meal, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Me torach, me trom, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. That was I Am Heavy with Child. Achana lay black mo trom, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. No ordinary lad is my child. A Michelin la scaredan, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. By the dark-haired hero. A Mac for Ballina'n long, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Son of the Lord of the ships. Lishan Eric Nasween, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. With whom the warriors would rise. And then we have a little musical interlude if we had musicians in here right now. We'll be hiring them later as the budget increases. And then we go back into the song. Me do like me done, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Me go bear lock bane, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Me must merach an creve, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Me more huig an coil, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Me commerce me crane, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. I am bonny, I am plump was that one. Gaol ise Gaol, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Gooler and an eek meal, ah-hoo-ah-hoo-ah. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Ho-ria, ho-ah, ho-hee-ah-hee-oh. Yes. Oh. Pretty good. Let me see now. What else we got? I could do sort of a funny one, what they call comic song.
Sure.
Old Ballymoe in County Roscommon. Mm-hmm. And when I get ready to say Old Ballymoe, you can shing right in and just go, Old Ballymoe.
Okay.
Old Ballymoe.
We'll give it a shot.
That's it, Old Ballymoe. This is an old tune, goes back. It's in English. In the county Roscommon, day of hailstones and rain, as I walked through the field on the way to the plain, I met a fair colleen. She says, do you know the shortest of shortcuts into Old Ballymoe? Says I, Colleen, oh, who's led you astray? I think I'll go with you and show you the way. No, you will not go with me, for you I don't know. You might try and kiss me between here and Old Ballymoe. Says I, Colleen, oh, I've seldom been kissed. She says, poor lad, such a lot you have missed. But we can practice, you know, we can practice between here and Old Ballymoe. Oh, Colleen, says I, Colleen, oh, I'm noted. Says I've been noted for my strength and good looks, and me mind's not so bad when I've practiced the books. And if you are willing, it's married we'll go, and live happy ever after in Old Ballymoe. This boy's getting caught up in his own Blarney. She started to laugh till I thought she would choke. She says, poor lad, I will tell you a joke. Get out of my way, for now I must go. I've a husband and 6 kids in Old Ballymoe. So, see, that's 2 Irish people trying to outdo each other as they go, and they get so caught up in it, the guy ends up saying, and it's married, we'll go. You know he's trapped. But he has to win the verbal argument, I think, and of course he didn't. So that's just a sample of, there's several like that, you know, that you'll hear around. And I heard that 5 or 6 years ago, and it just struck me as unique style. What about anything else? We've got plenty of time if we want to, or we can talk, or we could just end it at 7:30.
Whatever you want to do. I don't have any other songs personally, but
not the ones you sing in the shower.
Not the ones you sing in the shower. That's a little different.
Sing any Irish ones in the shower?
No.
You sing any Irish ones in the shower? I know you do. I know you do. You just won't say it. Oh, it's a terrible thing.
I have one I'm working on, but it's not even. It's so not ready for people to listen to.
What is it?
Oh, 'Tis Sweet to Think.
Oh, 'Tis Sweet. Who wrote that?
Oh, it's Tri-Melody with Thomas More lyrics.
You like Thomas More. I remember the first time I met you, said, now, how come you don't have the Minster Boy on this list? I said, well, because I've studied for 5 years, and these are the songs I want on the list. And she says, wow, that's outrageous.
Not say outrageous. I don't know.
No, she did.
No, I didn't.
So I know she likes Thomas More. He's done some good stuff. And what was that old sad one he did? Was about his wife or his friend's wife? Endearing Young Charms. Didn't he put that in one of his books? The lyrics.
You might be right. I just don't know.
I knew it one time. Okay, so that's that. But you don't. I know you're not ready to do it.
Yeah.
We could do the. What do we always do at the end?
The national anthem.
The national anthem of Ireland. And when I used to go over there way back in the 80s or what have you, and Peter Adams too said this, but if you're in some of the pubs, especially out on the West Coast, they end the day, and they'd stand up and sing the national anthem, and it was very serious, and everybody left. And that was the end of the day. No more singing, no more partying. Now, you might leave through the front door, and they'd lock it. The evening would be over, I'm thinking, for official laws. But then you go around, some people go around to the back and come into the back and have 1 or 2 more. So it's just the Irish way of things. So here we go.
Irish first?
Is that Irish first?
Either way's fine with me.
Sorry, I bogarted your...
Okay. Irish first.
I forgot mine again.
A few they got left here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sheena feina foil, atafa yolig erin, buin dar slow, hard time terani guin, fuevud veser, shan shir shin shir fasta, ni agr fein tirana fein tral, anak the hames of Arna Goil, lay down our Goil tum boss no soil, may luna shrek, fe labak naviler, shalif kanigaran na fein. Soldiers are we, whose lives are pledged to Ireland. Some have come from a land beyond the wave, sworn to be free. No more our ancient Ireland shall shelter the despot or the slave. Tonight we men of Varna Boyle in Erin's cause come woe or woil. Mid cannons roar and rifles peal, we'll chant a soldier's song. Good night, everybody! That's what they used to say. We'd leave and they'd go out the front door and come in the back door into the kitchen and have refreshments. That's we're getting better at that. We've got some of the speed sometimes slows down a little, but that's fine. We have no music here, but they didn't have music in the pubs either. It was
true.
It was a cappella. Everybody just stood up and it was a rousing thing. And being in a pub, no one was too critical of precise singing. So I joined in. And it worked. Anybody know what a Varna Boyle is?
No.
No idea.
I've always wondered.
I'm not sure either. You're singing it. You better be careful.
I'm also singing Hooveria Hoo-Oh, and I don't know what that means either.
Yeah, that's Scottish mouth music.
Yeah, exactly.
Hooveria. I'm not sure. I've heard several people say that they were confused on it, and then some people say that they thought it was like a
wall, maybe?
A wall on the bridge that they had to defend during the fighting, and it was like a checkpoint or just a barricade, something like that. But someone smarter than me will have to confirm exactly what that means. Michael, if you're there, you can tell us what the Varna Boyle is.
Sure, we could Google it.
Yes, we could, but what fun with that? They'll say an unknown phrase made popular by mispronouncing it in songs or something like that. Okay, what would we do? Another song, any kind?
Unless you want to sing one.
You want to do
I was trying to think of a good one.
Varna is a gap, like in a ridge or line of hills.
Okay, yeah, it's a gap. Okay, it's a gap where I think they talk about charging through a bridge where there might have been a gap in the barricade where they had to defend or attack. I don't know which. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. What else could we do in the Irish, English? I could brush up on.
If you want to tackle Phil's song, we could do that.
Dear Old Donegal.
But
I could do the chorus, but
no.
if you got the words there, we could fake it, but you'd have to come in. Yeah. You'd be coming in on all the other stuff. I don't know.
Hello, dear Uncle Mikey boy.
I like the chorus. We might
Kate.
just stop at the chorus. It's so good. Gaeilge ise Gaol.
No, they don't sing the chorus enough.
There's a pretty spot in Ireland. No Irish need apply. Just. Dear old Donegal. Let's see how far we can get in Dear Old Donegal. 3 years ago this very day I left the port of Cork, and on a ship from Old Erin's Isle I landed in New York. Without a friend to meet me there, the stranger on the shore, but I wore an honest Irish heart, and fortune came galore. So here I am back again on dear old Erin's Isle. The friends they meet me on the quay, and they greet me with a smile, for there's faces there I surely forgot, for I was so long away. But me mother introduces all, and this is what she say. Shake hands with your Uncle Mike, me boy, shake hands with your sister Kate, and this is the girl you used to swing down on the garden gate. Shake hands with all the neighbors, and kiss the colleens all. You're as welcome as the flowers in May to dear old Donegal. Well, they gave a party when I came back, and they came from near and far, and the road was lined for near a mile with Irish jaunting cars, and the whiskey flowed like buttermilk to fill our hearts with joy, and the piper played an Irish wheel to greet the Yankee boy. So tomorrow off to church I'll go, and wedded I will be to my pretty little Colleen, sweet Biddy McGee. For Biddy was true and faithful to her Barney o'er the sea, and will join the harp and shamrock for the stars of liberty. There came Brannigan, Flanagan, Milligan, Gilligan, Duffy, McGuffy, Malachi, Mahone, Rafferty, Lafferty, Donnelly, Connolly, Dooley, O'Hooley, Modally, Malone, Colonna, Ohona, Hurlahan, Flanahan, Fagan, O'Hagan, O'Houlihan, Flynn, Shanahan, Manahan, Fogarty, Hogarty, Shelley, O'Skelly, McGinnis, McGuinn. Pat O'Brien was late. Then shake the hand of your Uncle Mike and hand of your sister Kate, and I'll hug and I'll squeeze as much as I please the girl on the garden gate. Then I and all the neighbors to the wedding great and small, and I'll live content and pay no rent in dear old Donegal. That sounds like the shower, doesn't it? And you're afraid to do it. That's the first time I've ever sung that, actually.
That was good.
But I've heard it a lot.
Good.
You know, when I was a kid.
Yeah, I couldn't have done that.
I couldn't.
You could. You just wouldn't. But you got to give it up. You got to say, I'm going to make a fool of myself. And
yeah, but like with that song, like I don't have it in my head enough to know what it sounds like.
See, I heard it when I was a kid a
Yeah.
lot. I didn't sing it, but I heard it. And that shake hands, do this. That sort of comes back to me for some odd reason.
Yeah.
Any more information about what you're up to, things you're doing, Grafton and Grand?
Not really. We're getting ready to kind of redesign our website. It's kind of in progress. You can kind of see that if you go on there. But
good.
Yeah, if there are any events or anything going on, please let us know. GraftonandGrand.com. You can email us. Subscribe to our email newsletter.
Yeah, we're also on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So
Grafton and Grand, is that an and symbol or is that A and D?
It's A and D.
Okay. You should reserve both those names both ways so people don't miss you.
We should.
That's it. Okay, I see it's 37 minutes. We've covered most of the territory here. Any last minute comments or requests? The town of Barna, just west of Galway City, on the coast of Galway Bay. There's a town, Barna, which could be Barna Boyle. Yeah. Well, I think that's right. It is, I think, a VHOIL of danger. Okay, the gap of danger. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. They had to charge that gap. At least that's the best explanation I've heard. Let me see. Oh, I know. You were going to set up the dancing extravaganza with Michael Collier here in Kansas City for probably his 50th return trip. Have we had any progress?
No, I thought you were going to... I don't have his email, so I don't know how to get
I sent you a copy of an email.
You did?
That I had it must have been lost.
It must have been lost.
I
apologize.
Grafton and Grand. I didn't.
Michael, I'm trying. Just let us know what we're supposed to be trying to do, but you could. What are you going to do? Start with the Gaeilge group, your dancers, or?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Well, I know you'll take anything. We'll just get some dancers together.
Yeah.
You might comment on or let us know on just exactly what you want, how many people we should have, where it should be. Should it be in a coliseum or somebody's living room? Although if everybody had a reunion, we could have it.
I think they're talking about doing at least a monthly session at Brown's on Friday nights.
Good.
So that could be an option whenever they start that up. Just come in. We'll bring our Gaeilge girls. I'm teaching them more shannos. So.
Oh, good. So
Excellent. We'd love to do more of the partner dancing because we have no idea. We did that last time Michael was in town, but that would be super fun. So. Yeah,
they're ready for you now, Mike. And Brown's is the perfect place historically. It's really the only place in town that's got that kind of history behind it. Well, in North America. Oldest in North America.
Oldest Irish business in North America.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we'd invite you down there, and we'll just see. We'll see what date that's going to start. And you were going to be gone like what, July, August, dancing in Ireland, I think. So we'll have to work around that. But we'll as soon as we can, we'll pick the date and start publicizing it so people know and clear it with Brown's. And I think that'd be great. And we've done it before at Brown's, so it'd be like good company.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get in touch with you. And any other comments, songs, lyrics? You can do a little poetry, a little recitation. That's what we really haven't tried yet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just have to memorize something.
I got one I memorized 5-6 years ago, but it's lost. But I can bring it back, eventually.
Yeah.
It was about there's a town of Baltimore in County Cork, 16th century, same time we lost the the exile of the Earls of Ireland, the whole thing. And this was probably the 20s or 30s. But the entire town was betrayed by an Irish sea captain who got captured by the Turks. And he said, I know this town, nobody's, you just go walk right in and take them. They kidnapped the entire town. Kidnapped or killed the entire town. There might have been one or two escaped. Took on the ships, took them through the Dardanelles back to Africa. I think 2 living people got back alive out of the whole deal. But talk about a rough century. The Irish lost their country, their language, so to speak.
The 17th century?
Yeah, the Battle of Limerick and the exile of O'Neill and O'Donnell.
The penal,
Cromwell and the butchery. And here you had a foreign country just come into and take an entire town.
Yep.
Yeah. And they caught the Irish captain later, and they hung him. And the saying I know talks about the guys in the white scarves or what have you, sneaking over the things and taking the people, and how they finally caught the guy who did it, and they hung him from this tree. Mm-hmm. And people knew him to be a Judas, terrible, terrible thing. And you can imagine a whole town betrayed. So that's just one of those stories that I was surprised to see, but it made me think that 17th century was just about the roughest.
Oh, it was bad for Ireland. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing my research on Irish music, and the